What originally attracted me to the field is that it is just such a rapidly developing piece of technology. You know, we're constantly upgrading the research, we're constantly upgrading the technologies that we're able to offer our patients. I think CCRM has been at the forefront of a lot of these things and continues to be so. And so, you know, as a physician, we're able to just constantly improve upon the suite of technologies and of treatment options that we have for our patients. When I was a medical student, I had a very brief experience, you know, being exposed to what reproductive endocrinologists do, and you know, in kind of contrast to lots of aspects of medicine, it's a really positive and upbeat and happy field. You know, we have our share of disappointments and frustrations, of course, but I think ultimately at the end of the day, you're helping couples and patients and prospective parents build their family. I think probably the best thing on a day-to-day basis is that first ultrasound that you have with the patient. So, you know, you've had sometimes months, sometimes years of work and frustrations to get to this point. You've had some positive pregnancy tests, but to be at that first ultrasound appointment, to see that heartbeat on an ultrasound, you know, the kind of emotional outpouring that comes with that from a patient side, but also from a physician side is really second to none. The most important thing is to develop a sense of sort of mutual respect. You know, everyone comes into their day-to-day life with a different set of expectations and goals and motivations. Everyone has a different background. I carry, you know, my own kind of goals and expectations into everyday life, but it's really important to recognize that my own goals may not be the same goals that the patient across from me shares. And so it's really important to kind of set those to one side, to just listen to, you know, what these prospective parents are hoping to get out of this appointment and to get out of this treatment process. I think something that's really important in creating this you know, sense of mutual respect is being open to what your patients are aiming for at the end of this process. And I try and create as open and comfortable an experience as possible, so that people are, you know, comfortable sharing some of their fears and some of the disappointments that they've had so far, and you know, share kind of what they want and what they want to get to at the end of this process. Probably the moment most recently that that has made me feel most proud is actually a patient who ultimately didn't end up choosing to do any fertility services. So she'd had a recent cancer diagnosis, a pretty aggressive cancer. And we sat down, we had a long conversation about, you know, where she was in her life, what her future looked like, where she wanted to be, what her fertility goals were as a part of all of this, and what we had as options to her, what we could provide. And you know, ultimately, she chose not to pursue any fertility treatment and just focus all of her efforts on her cancer diagnosis and getting through that. But you know, the following day, she sent a note saying, "Thank you." It's just a really rewarding experience to be able to meet people at some of their most stressful and frustrating moments in life, and to ease some of those tensions, to really provide as much information as we can, and hopefully to get to a point where, you know, every patient is comfortable with where they are in their life. So I am a huge soccer fan. You know, not a very good soccer player. Now my wife and I have 2 boys of our own. I'm really looking forward to being able to share my love of this sport with them. I hope they're a little bit more successful than I was in my career. My biggest entertainment in life is eating food. And so we are really excited to be able to explore all of the food scene in South Florida.